I still can't believe Mrs. Tuchel knew that we'd become close friends 5 years before we did. She's a true legend. Let's go back and reflect on our childhood together. I remember one night my parents told me that you were the smiley kid. The next day I watched you. We were doing biophysics and you had a smile the whole time. It was true. We both had different set of friends and barely hung out. I remember I went to your dad's house once and we tried to play baseball, but I was more into Legos and stuff. In 7th grade, I remember we became best friends. Our love for baseball brought us close. The A's, man, with Matt and JP, I was so bad. I remember you were pitching and I was hitting during practice once, and your dad was sitting behind the plate talking to me and you. Do you remember Nordquist? Didn't you win the disco night theme? Remember the sodas and the awkward dances with girls? You remember basketball with Miss Schwall, Nick, and Morris, the drives to Sonoma and getting shit on? Maybe we could win in one game. The countless field trips. You remember when we walked backwards for a whole field trip because we thought it was funny? The long days at school and trading baseball cards. Remember when I wouldn't stop talking about my YouTube channel and you decided to make one and released like 5 videos that night? You remember when Raj, you and I tried to sell soda and red vines and chips to the Sunday soccer regal people? That failed miserably. You remember the little competitions we had to see who got more subscribers and followers? You remember when we had to do some statistical homework for Miss Davenport and we went to the community market and Andy used to ask people if they were vegan or not? You remember when we used to doodle all over those papers and we made an ultimate sheet and we were talking about how we hated the Dodgers and how they sucked, and August asked us who the Dodgers were and we thought it was the funniest thing ever. Remember the River Cats? Those days were so fun. Our Voodoo DeMarinis and the Sebtown Sox, Credo baseball and basketball too. Our 8th grade field trip. We almost got lost, remember? First day of high school, you remember that? The long nights on Discord procrastinating, changing people's names, thinking it would be funny to play Halloween carols on the music bot in September. Remember when I went to Italy and we were both behind in Miss Roberts' class, so we basically did a block's worth of one-pagers in one night? That was crazy. You remember the long 1v1s we did at the park? I'd drive and shoot jumpers and you were all about the threes, even though you had the height advantage. You remember the many late runs to Fruta and getting things at the deli? Do you remember when we pranked Raven into thinking we were home alone and went to Best Buy in an Uber and spent our dad's money to buy a new TV? We still haven't told him, have we? You remember walking from the bus stop to school, telling each other we didn't need to go to homecoming and that we would probably never get a girlfriend? You remember our first music video, God Church, behind the In-N-Out? You remember when we used to hate Ben, how late we would stay up just for me to murder you over and over again? I mean, look at this, man. This is unholy. Why did we destroy Tilted for no reason? I don't even know. We used our time really stupidly. And more recently, remember getting told to leave by a gang member and Tesla Karen, going to Ravens to move his chicken coop, listening to your first song, Happy, and then shooting the music video. We were so pumped. I remember when you released your album, you were so happy about everyone's feedback that night. You're very similar to me, man, and we are not very outgoing, not very adventurous, and not social at all. We've had each other's backs, and we've done a lot together. We've always been competitive, but our relationship has had a lot of ups and downs. At times it has been very toxic too, but I think it's a good thing. We have learned what works and doesn't. I've been thinking about becoming an adult for a long time now. It's not easy making the transition from child to adult. When I think about becoming an adult, it scares me, but it does not mean losing the innocence and fun energy a child has. It just means there are more responsibilities, which comes with opportunities of seeing the world. I see the good fun qualities of a child's innocence in you, but I also see a very capable, strong, loving, and intelligent man in you. I admire your level of insight you have of yourself. The level of self-care, the level of self-love and self-understanding you have are things that adults struggle to find and maintain. I'm grateful for our friendship and hope that we will be friends forever and have our kids be best friends and have them go to Waldorf school like we promised. Anyways, love you, man. Hope your day was good. Keep being you.